Good evening, everyone, and welcome to round 8 of the first RSF1 season. And my name is Primus Gaming, and joined with me is Bodder.
Bonjour, Primus. How are we keeping today?
Bonjour, I am doing very well. I probably should have said Je m'appelle Primus, and then, kept it going for France, but you know what, we'll keep rolling with it.
Buddy.
Au revoir, merci. That's it.
That is it, yeah.
Apologies to any French fans.
That is it. Joker's quick out on the outlet. Yeah, how are we, Primus? That was a quick week. I think it's very quick, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a very quick week. We went through Canada. I actually thought Canada went by as soon as it, as soon as it came. It just right here and then gone. So it was very surprising.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I like Canada. And I know I say that every week, and people probably listen to me, or they're going to listen back to this. Go, Bodo, yeah, he likes every. Okay. What's the last side? Anyway, I know everyone said, Bodo like that. But I actually don't like France, and I know for a fact there's other drivers that are the same that don't like France. If you just give me 2 seconds, Primus.
Yeah, sure. And so to go over this track, it's the Circuit de Paul Ricard. It is a old F1 track that has, it used to be in the F1 calendar, and then it sort of stopped for a long while, and then it was reintroduced back in 2017, if I can remember correctly. Maybe it was 2017 that they introduced France into the F1 calendar. So, actually, no, I might be an idiot. It might be 2018. It was either 2017 or 2018 they introduced this track, because I know it's definitely been here for at least a year. It was definitely here last year. And, I personally like France. I think it's a beautiful track. I mean, this track is how my RSF1 career began. It was just playing online. I wanted to see how F1 2019 was on the online servers. It was a very choppy start. I remember the race very clearly. But fellow RSF1 driver, and he's in F3, DPS Racing. DPS Racing is he was in RSF1 at the time when it was developing, and I was racing DPS, and then I remember he was actually up in the front and then went to the back after an incident, and I was in the back and I went to the front, and we've got Bodder back.
All good.
All good.
I'm putting there for include my audio. Interesting to see the man with the cash, Josh has gone out in meetings. Just noticing that. At Phoenix down hard.
He's probably
confident fellas.
Probably just, I think it's the same with every single division in RSF1. It's getting a rough idea on your pace, how you are around the track. Because if you don't get a really good feel for the track on the softer tyres, you want to preserve them as much as you can. Because, if you have a really bad Q1 but you manage to get into Q2, you really want to... Oh, Shane's the first one to set a lap with a 1:31.5. The lighting on my TV just made it really hard to see the... And Brundle, 1:31.3. It's because France is also quite bright, so the purple time just gets masked in the light.
Yeah, it's just so much runoff area as well in France. Literally, you can spin the car, do a big 360, another 180, whatever, flip the car over, and still not hit the barrier.
That's what. Okay, and also, I was just going over and I was also going up in the stream about what France sort of meant to me, because you said you don't like France, correct?
No, I don't like France at all. Power card, no, doesn't work, doesn't do it for me.
Well, this track has had some special moments. Again, continuing on from my story, it was how this track is what helped me join RSF1. It's what basically gave my career in the commentary and in F4 its light. And also, this track also had Antoine Hubert win his first ever home Grand Prix in Formula 2. So, bit of sentimentality there towards this track, especially for the for the Racing Point team, because he probably would have ended up in the race. No, actually no, Renault. Sorry, he would have been in the Renault team, but
Renault.
He was racing in Racing Point colours.
Yeah, just noticed Josh McDush's last session there. I think did you notice that as well?
Yeah, he disconnected there.
All right, we'll have to watch for that. Yeah.
Oh, and it looks like we had a Mercedes there, a pie eater on his lap, and it looks like because Magic Marks backed off. I think Marks did. Yeah, Marks backed off, and the Mercedes was sort of on his way around there. So Mercedes had decided to go into the pits after that, and Marks is actually going to go onto his lap.
Straight in the chat here, Evening Flamin'. He's definitely Evening the Primus and myself. Nice one. Unity Hush is hi. Hello, Unity. He says the stream is lagging.
Hello.
Might just be for me though. Okay. And Brave Container says good luck for everyone. Alright, nice one. How's it so far?
So, who do you think will prosper in today's...
Ooh,
spike there, Kim started. Really hard. Brundle right. Magic Marks. He's actually...
Cannot rule him out.
Magic Marks has had a really good track record.
Yeah. Same as Skunk as well. They're nearly mirror image of each other, like.
Yeah. Back in Spain, I remember when Skunk Burner had you and me on the edge of our seats, just screaming when he span out in the final lap.
The air crackling stream is bad. My stream keeps freezing. Agreed. Stream is annoying.
I mean, I did an optimizing test. Yeah. I mean, I can tell when I lag because the cars lag, but the thing is, it only happened once, and I definitely did a test before we began. I think what I might do is, if it continues to lag, I'll dull down the stream just a tiny bit, so we'll be going down to 720, so it won't be forcing the stream too heavy.
Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good. We might do that at the end of Q1, so we have a little break between Q1, Q2, everything.
Yes, sounds fair. Because obviously, everything is in 1080p right now, so even on YouTube, if you watch F2 or F3, I think also F4 as well, because Brundle, you will be watching it in 1080p, and the man of the cash has returned to the grid.
He brought his money bags on, hopefully.
So, so the drivers, obviously, again, everyone's mixed in terms of how they feel about France. I mean, Brundle says the France is the blip in his good tracks. He's never gelled with the track at all. He's hoping for starters to make Q3. He'd like to make Q3.
Yeah.
But he said he'll be happy to make top 5. But then again, you have confidence in Brundle's performance today. You never know, Brundle might come away with a pole.
Yeah, Brundle's done very well the last few tracks. So yeah, you'd be expecting to come away with a serious haul of points. Top 3, yeah, certainly. Maybe not the win, but he'll be there. He'll be in contention for it.
What do you think about Jake Moore?
What do I think about Jake Moore? Well, it's actually funny enough. I was actually speaking to Jake Moore actually earlier on, so what was he saying? He's saying he's really struggling on quality, but he had practice yesterday and he doesn't feel too bad now after when we practice. He says it's all about nailing the right lap, and he made. No, I don't usually go with this, but he actually made a new setup yesterday, and he was struggling before this, but now with the new setup, he's a lot happy with it. He feels the car is a lot more balanced for him, so he figures his race pace now is a lot better because of that. But I don't know about you, Primus, but the day before the race, I do not make a new setup. That's the first thing I do when we start my week practice, is make a setup, go with it, because if you change your setup either on the day of racing or the day before racing, you don't have time to practice to adjust to it. But look, I tip the hat to Jake Moore. He says he's nailed it. So if he's nailed it, and he has he reckons he'll be doing good in the race. So good.
I wish Jake Moore all the luck, because I don't leave my setups that late. It depends on how busy my week's. If I've had a really busy week and I haven't had that much time to hop onto F1 2019, I will tend to maybe make my setup the day before. Oda, hello? Sorry about that, everyone.
Back?
Yeah, had a bit of a problem there. Again, it's too nice down my end, so it is a little bit affecting on my stream. But what we'll do is as Boda said, we'll like we've agreed, we'll dull down the stream a little bit in Q2 before Q2, so you know they'll be running a little bit more consistently, because you know trying to run it in 1080p and HD, you know we want nothing but the best quality. But it looks like right now it might be making a mountain out of a molehill for the stream right now. So I do apologise for the lag, everyone. It can't be helped. It does happen. It will be sorted. So you just have to bear with us at least for this qualifying session. But noticing while I was lagging, Skunkburn has moved up into first place with a 130.6, because I can't see because of those trees. Magic Marks with a 131, nearly dead. Obviously 3 thousandths of a second off from getting a perfect 131. AMS Phoenix, actually that is a name that surprised me. I didn't realise Phoenix is actually doing really good around this track.
Yeah, he's doing quite well there. Just reading the comments here. Brave Retainer says rain in Q2 with heavy rain. Wow, are we expecting a rain race? What?
If we are getting a wet French Grand Prix, then holy cow, we might be going for a show.
Well, at least we've got lots of runoff area, so if someone goes for a slide,
yeah,
they're okay. Like,
your chances of crashing will be quite slim. It depends on whereabouts you actually lose control. Obviously, on this straight, there is a wall between the between this corner here that AMS Phoenix is going over. I think it's like a slight no, it's not a chicane, isn't it? No, it's not. I wouldn't say that's one, isn't it?
No, it's more like a 90-degree left. Well, nearly, you could say. But there's
there's a wall there anyways.
Is there a wall? I thought it was polystyrene.
Yeah, so it stops you from running straight over the, going straight over and carrying on. So it's basically the game giving you a massive wall, like, you know, that you cannot break through. Even if you gave it all the force and momentum, it would just be like, nope, goodbye.
See, Flame just put it in the chat, says, come on, Dad. I don't know who you're referring to with Dad, but, Jake Moore is his dad. Okay, Flame, okay, that makes sense. So basically say, go on, Jake Moore.
And we've got RSF1 Senna out on his lap as well.
It's great to have 19 drivers.
Yeah, nearly a full lobby. I was surprised with F4 because we actually had a full lobby at one point, I think. That was back in Canada.
I laugh.
Didn't you speak to Charismix just a little while ago?
Yeah, he actually joined the party just to tell us he's very, very confident so he is in this track. No, he's not at all. He's actually being very sarcastic. He said, what did he say? He said something like he's going to get podium or something like that, or get the race win. Or like, oh, are you? No, not at all. Not at all. He's not going to do it. But like I was saying, to me, I don't really like this track. Other drivers love it. To me, this track is like Marmite. That's how I feel about it. Love it or hate it.
Funny thing is I actually like Marmite.
Oh man, I can't stand this stuff.
When I was a kid, I always had Marmite toast. Like, I loved Marmite, but the thing is, everyone's like, I hate Marmite.
I'm getting sick just listen to it.
The thing is like, I don't like the Marmite-based products. So, you know, they make like breadsticks and cheese. I absolutely hate that stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't mind Twiglets. I don't mind Twiglets as well. Twiglets are kind of nice. But it's when you have like, Marmite cheese spread and all that, it just, get them away from me.
So who got the drops on at the minute? Stretch, Junior, Patronus, and Charismatic. Charismatic gets a lap. Patronus is newly on the wheel, although he's not doing too bad on the wheel. Junior as well, struggling a small bit. And Stretch as well. So those are the 4 guys that are currently up at the minute.
It looks like Charismix is had to cancel his lap because when he went onto his lap, he went I think a little bit too wide, and the game basically just said, "Nope, you're doing it again."
Yeah, well, he has what 45 seconds, so he'll get back to the start finish line so he can run again.
Speaking of like getting close to the end of the session, what Monza back in qualifying, and I'm talking about real F1 here now. What was that?
Spoilers! Spoilers!